Hi there and welcome to the ukestuff channel and welcome to this tutorial video for the play along videos of Silver Bells as recorded by Bing Crosby and Carol Richards. Now we're going to do in this video is we're going to do three things. First of all, we'll look at the chords needed for GCEA ukulele, both in the keys of F and G. Then we'll look at the chords needed for baritone DGBE ukulele in the key of G, and then we'll talk about strumming. Just remember that there are chapters in the video, so you can use the slider below to go to parts of the video that matter to you. And if you like the chords that you see in this song, you can find the tabs or the chord charts at ukestuff.info. Ukestuff is a collaborator with this site. And if you want to support the channel, there's really three things you can do. First of all, you can like the video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, you can always buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. All right, let's begin with the tutorial in the key of F. I'll be using this instrument, and this is my Ukulele K1C ukulele. All right, in the key of F, the first chord that you're going to need is the F chord. Then you'll need the B flat chord. Now, with the B flat chord, let's talk about how to make it a little easier to play. Very, very important chord in the key of F. And so what you're going to first of all do is cover strings 1 and 2 with your first finger and just pull against the fretboard. You support your ukulele firmly with your right arm or left arm if you're a lefty, and then you pull against the fretboard. That's really most of it, and that will give you most of a clean sound. Then you add your thumb for a little bit of support. Then you add the other 2 fingers. And that makes the B flat chord a lot easier. The next chord is the C chord. C major 7, walking down, C7, and that actually happens a lot in the song. Then finally a G7 chord. And those are the 6 chords you need to play Silver Bells on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele in the key of F. Now let's quickly look at the chords you need to play it in G. Okay, in the key of G, 6 chords as well, but I will give you one little suggestion here as we go. The first chord is the G chord, then the C chord, then we hit the D chord. Now, you can play a traditional D chord, however you want to do it. I usually play D by putting my first finger at the top of the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and my other 2 fingers around it like it's a small G7. But I know lots of people do 1, 2, 3 in order. I know some people that do 2, 3, 4 in order. I know some people that will do it with 1 finger. And I also know some people that will do it with 2 fingers. It doesn't really matter how you do it as long as you just don't use your thumb to do it. Now, can you play D with your thumb? Sure. And I think I've actually seen Feng Yi do it, but it doesn't mean that you really want to do that all the time. But in this case, it doesn't show this in the chord chart, but you actually might want to play D like this. Bar all 4 strings right above the metal 2nd fret. So my finger's right above the metal 2nd fret. I'm supporting my ukulele with my right arm, and I'm pulling against the fretboard. And that is going to give me most of my sound by just pulling against the fretboard. Then I add my thumb for a little bit of support. And then what I'm going to do is play the 1st string 5th fret and play the D that way. Now, you might say, why would you want to do that? Because of the progression that's going to happen here, and watch what happens. So you'll be asked to play D, then D major 7, and then D7. And if you've got that bar happening already, you can do that. And then the final chord that you need is the A7 chord. And those are the chords you need to play Silver Bells on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele in the key of G. Now let's switch to baritone. All right, for baritone ukulele, I'll be using this instrument. This is my mainland baritone. It has a cedar top with rosewood back and sides, all solid woods, and it's running living water fluorocarbon strings. All right, so for baritone, we are in the key of G, and the first chord we're going to need is the G chord. Then we're going to need the C chord. Then we'll need the D chord. Then the D major 7. Then the D7. And then finally the A7 chord. Now, to make A7 a little bit easier, and also the D major 7, I think. What you want to use is a bar chord. Don't freak out about bar chords. They're not easy, but they're also not as hard as you want to make it. First, I'll make sure you're holding your ukulele securely. Then what you want to do for whatever chord you're making, we're going to make the A7. We're going to cover all 4 strings right above the middle 2nd fret and pull against the fretboard. That'll give us most of the sound we need, and then we can add the thumb for just a little bit of support. You don't have to clench really hard because you're pulling against the fretboard. And then you're just going to add your 2nd finger to the 1st string 3rd fret, and that's your A7 chord. And those are the 6 chords you need to play silver bells on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now, as we talk about strumming, just want to remind everyone that there is no one right answer because the original song has no ukulele. So whatever you do, as long as it fits with the song, that's what matters. So let me give you 2 ideas that you could do. The first one would be to do a picking pattern of some sort. So something like this. So what I'm doing there is I'm picking strings 1, 2, and 4. Then I'm picking string 3, 2, 4, 1, 4. Sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. You could pick any other direction too. So you could go like, you could even just go 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that might even sound better on a linear instrument like baritone or linear low G ukulele. But you can try any picking pattern in 3. I like always starting with 1, 2, and 4. That's a trick that I took from Ukulele Mike, who was one of the pioneers, Mike Lynch, of the ukulele and on YouTube and everything else. Really great technique. That sounds really nice every time you start that downbeat, so it's nice and clear. Now, the other thing I do is I play a shuffle, and a shuffle is when you're actually swinging the rhythm. So instead of going, I'll do it on G chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, you're swinging it, and it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, not only are we going to shuffle it, but we're only going to play the down strum and then 2 and 3 and strum, 2 and 3 and. It's going to sound like this. That's all just down, down, up, down, up, down, and then just changing when the chords change. All right, so if you have those chords and you have those ideas for strumming, either picking or playing a strumming pattern, again, I like down, down, up, that's all you need to play the song successfully. All right, thanks so much for joining me on the video. I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.